All right, I guess welcome everyone to one of our AMAs. Obviously, if you guys haven't read our announcement, we've gotten a new CEO, Kristin, who will introduce herself shortly. We also want to let you guys know that this AMA is recorded, so if you aren't able to view or listen to the whole thing, you'll be able to listen to it afterwards. Also know that if you have any questions that you want to ask in this AMA or the next one, you can just pop it into AMA questions and we'll try to get through as many as possible. I guess Kristin, Veld, if you guys want to introduce yourselves.
Sure, absolutely. Hey everyone. I know I posted a big message and announcements the other day, but for anyone who hasn't read it, I'm Kristin. I'm the new CEO of Top.Gigi. I started officially about a month ago, but wanted to wait a little bit to get to know the community and the staff in the ecosystem better before officially introducing myself. I am really excited to be here. I guess I won't say too much because I know there's some questions about my previous experience and some fun things about me, but mostly just excited to be here and part of this amazing community. I guess, Veld, would you like to introduce yourself to anyone who hasn't met you yet?
Yes. Yes. Hi, I'm Mike. Also go online as Veld. I'm based in Amsterdam. Very pretty city. Please don't go here right now with COVID. We have a we already have a tourism problem right now. Yeah, so I was the old CEO and will be transferring to CTO position now. Personally, it's much more of a comfortable position for me. It makes me a lot happier to worry more about the technology side than all of the business aspects. I like video games. I play a lot of MMOs. I think that pretty much sums me up. If I don't work, I'll be playing MMOs.
All right, awesome. I guess we can get started on some questions.
Sounds great.
All right, so the first question in the channel from Flo is, what is the vision for Top2G in 2022, and what future projects will we see expand outside of Discord Botlets?
Great question. So Veld and I and the team have been hard at work, and I'm really excited to share our mission and vision with you. So our mission is we're here to make the metaverse accessible, very meta. And I will share that we were using this before Mark Zuckerberg started posting all about it in his recent interviews. And then our vision is be the #1 platform for communities and creators to be discovered, empower them, and accelerate their growth. And I think to answer the second part of the question, right? What future projects will we see expand outside of Discord Botlets? So today on Top2G, I would say, right, it's the #1 search and discovery portal for one place in the metaverse, which is Discord, right? You can find any server, you can find any bot. We are really excited to not only improve that, but also expand it to other places in the metaverse. So you could think, Minecraft servers, Roblox servers, Reddit communities, etc. I'm just throwing out different places in no particular order, but we'd really like to help even more communities, and then also more tools or integrations like bots, for example, be discovered and ultimately just help communities grow. So I know that there were some different questions in the AMA channel or also in general asking about why we're growing from 4 to 25 people. And one thing I wanted to share as part of this question is actually beyond just the Top.Gg site you see today. Another big part of Top.Gg is actually our auction product plus we own DonateBot, which some of you may be familiar with. And so something that we're thinking about and would like to focus on after we fix a lot of things on the site is how we can create an even better payments experience to power more communities, developers, and creators.
Awesome. The next question is from Chillfish, and I guess there are multiple questions about this, but it's generally about the current site issues and when we'll be seeing potential fixes for a lot of the issues on the site and how long that might take.
Great question. Something that I've been doing, as you see me lurking around the server, is not just testing the product myself, but also reading just a lot of feedback from the community and support, etc. One thing that our team is working hard on, or well, I guess two priorities for this quarter. One is hiring. The team is incredible, and as well as is the staff team too, but it's really small. It's me, Veld, and then I always pronounce these wrong, but Zatara and Kyoyu. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but it's a small but mighty team of 4 people right now, maintaining a really big site and community, and we could not do this without our incredible volunteer staff. But I think one is we need more people to be able to fix the site, so hiring is a priority. But 2, as part of the redesign, we are spending a lot of time on fixing bugs, tech debt, etc. So I think it depends on what you define as a reasonable standard, but to me and to our team, one important part of the redesign is fixing a lot of the core flows on the site in general. So I hope that is what you mean, and that is a top priority for us. So you should see more updates coming soon.
If you want, I can also add on to that.
That would be great.
As you guys know, historically, the Top-Gg code base wasn't the greatest. So one of the biggest efforts we did was we moved everything into one source of truth. So a server, a bot, and anything else in the future will be the same kind of data structure, and we'll only have to maintain one kind of system, rather than having one for servers, one for bots, one for new systems. Right now, the reason why things are feeling a bit iffy is because we still have to maintain the old things and the new things at the same time. One of our biggest priorities in the upcoming quarter is to remove the old things. So the old site, which helps us basically with having to only maintain one code base instead of 4.
Yes, I think that will help us be a lot more efficient and effective.
For sure.
Yes. And Veld and the team have been doing a great job on that cleanup.
All right. The next question is about hiring, and right now only benefits are offered to US based people that are US based, and the question is this normal for remote companies, and will there be any help with regards to providing insurance for foreign employees?
Great question. I can take this one. So right now, I can also explain some legal things behind why. I believe our company is only officially we have a incorporated entity in the US and then also Netherlands. So because of that, that's one reason why we can only provide benefits there. But for employees who are outside of these places where we can't provide these benefits, that is factored into compensation. And then also, it's something we're actively looking into. I think a lot of new offerings have kind of popped up with COVID, remote work, et cetera. And so we're actively looking into seeing ways that we can provide benefits to anyone wherever they're working. Okay, sorry to interrupt. I think Era was trying to help us host, but I'm not sure how to give him speaking privileges. If someone can,
he should be able to speak by default.
Let's see. I invited him, but it didn't work. That's okay. We can work on it as we keep going through the questions.
Oh, I think I see it. I'll fix it.
There we go. Hey, Era.
Is he able to speak here?
I see. Sorry, everyone. Somehow on the podium on the left, it says he's server muted, but I cannot figure out why.
Yeah, I'm looking into it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Oh, no worries. Okay, cool. Let's keep going.
Yeah. So the next question is from Cosmos. Why were you selected as Top-Gg CEO over other candidates?
So for this one, Veld might have to actually answer some of it because he's the one who interviewed me, and I didn't really meet or get to know. I don't know much about the other candidates, but I can say that Pim, who's the CEO of Metal, and and also leads the company that holds both Metal TV and Top.gg. He originally reached out to me because I have a pretty strong background in creators and online communities, and have worked with developers before. I guess I didn't include this in my intro, but prior to Top.gg, I was working at SoundCloud as the director of product for Creator to Fan. I've also worked at Pinterest, building the foundation for creators. And then also before that, I worked at Twitch and have built a lot of different products for mod authors, extension developers, game developers, and also streamers. And so that was the main reason they reached out to me. And I guess Veld, maybe you can answer that since you're the one who interviewed me.
Yeah, sure. So during the interview process for a new CEO, what we were looking for is a very strong person in both like the creator ecosystem, which Kristin actually already said really was. And I feel like when it comes to the vision that I held when I was CEO, we really aligned on what we wanted to do for creators and how we see this changing in the future. With that, I think we also had a really good connection during the first interviews.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, and for what I was looking for, I always do my best work paired with really like technical, amazing team, which the team is, and then Veld and I just had a really great connection, and I think our different skill sets balance out each other's really well.
Mind if I take this next one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go ahead and take over if you want to.
Sure. What encouraged you to take Top.gg over other similar tech companies?
Great question. So when I was at SoundCloud, I was sort of, I guess personally, one thing that I missed out of all my different jobs, I did love working Twitch the most because I grew up playing lots of games and just love working with different creators. I guess I did drop some of my favorite games in the announcements, but I'll try to pepper in more fun stuff about myself too. So for those of you who didn't really like Stardew Valley, N64, Harvest Moon 64, that's why I started Stardew Valley. But right, like I also play, let's see, Dota, Apex, a couple Gears of War when I have time. But to answer that question, I really did miss being a bit closer to the gaming space. And then for those of you familiar with SoundCloud, I think we would always kind of joke that SoundCloud was a 13-year-old startup, a 13-year-old startup with a lot of tech debt. So things were very, very slow. It would take almost, a couple months to ship features, which was really really frustrating. And I was looking for a really small but agile and quick team, and also an opportunity to do new things and innovate, and Top.gg seemed perfect. Another reason I joined Top.gg too was because Veld and also Pim had shared about the community and how active everyone was, and how people are active and giving feedback about the product, etc. One thing that I've done throughout my career is I've always built the best products, building directly for and with the community. So partnering with different developers at Twitch to make sure we're building great products for them, and same thing at Pinterest. And so I thought there was just a really special opportunity here.
Next off, I'd like to address the question that some people have. Are you still is Veld still the owner of Top.gg, or how's that situation working?
Yeah, I feel like this one has been quite a big misunderstanding. I wanted to address this because I saw this, but the only thing that there is that I am currently set as the owner of the Discord server, but I'm not the owner of the entity. As the only employee for Top.gg on the Dutch, like not with a Dutch residence, I am set as a director in the legal entity, but I do not own the company. I think it's good to clear that up, because when you look for the legal document for Top.gg, my name does sit on there. But just to keep it clear, I'm not an owner. And I feel like that stays the same. Also in the future for Kristin. It's still the company is owned by a parent company, not by an individual.
Yes, and I can add some more details here because I think there were some questions, or I saw a couple different questions on this topic.
Yeah.
So Isabel mentioned, right? So metal, you might be wondering on the jobs page, like why do I see metal in Top GG? So it's not really well known. I think we've just been talking about it more publicly now, but there's a parent company that Metal.tv and Top GG are both part of.
Yeah.
Great. The next question goes to Kristin. It's regarding Corona. How has the coronavirus changed your life throughout, seeming as you're mostly working online with different tech companies, not so much in real life, but more remote? How has that changed your life?
Yes, so I'll start going all the way back to, oh my gosh, I feel like COVID has made us all lose kind of track of time, or time passes differently, but all the way back in, is it the beginning of 2020, right? I had actually given my notice at Pinterest and was planning to move to Berlin for the opportunity at SoundCloud, which was going to be really, really fun with my previous partner. And remember my last day in the Pinterest office was when people were allowed in the office, like they're putting hand sanitizer everywhere. They were telling us no guests. People were packing up their things. And so it felt surreal. I remember I'm based in the Bay Area. And at the time I was living in San Francisco, we went into lockdown. And initially I was like, oh, it'll be 2 weeks. And then I'll be, getting my visa and going to Berlin. But, 2 weeks turned into a year and a half later. So I started my job at SoundCloud, just completely remote, and that was new for me. I think most previous jobs I started, right, you go into the company, you go into the office or wherever you're working and you meet everyone. And for me it was initially a rough time difference. I think it helped me become a morning person. I used to take meetings at 4 a.m. because the whole team was actually based in Berlin, and we had to make sure we had time difference. But that actually worked out because Veld is in Amsterdam, so I don't mind getting up. I don't get up at 4 anymore. I get up around 6 now, but we have nice overlap. So I would say first, like, it definitely was a big life change, because if you had asked me, over 2 years ago, I thought I would be living in Europe at the time. But in terms of remote work, I think that, everyone had to kind of shift in and adjust. And I actually really, really enjoy it. I guess this sounds, I don't mean to sound too professional corporate, but I guess it helped in terms of work. It helps make sure that you're really organized or documenting. And I actually found that playing games with my team at SoundCloud was a really great way to bond. So we used to play, a lot of people weren't joined the game, but we used to play Among Us together, which was super fun. But Top GG is 100% remote and international, so I'm a big fan of it.
Do you mind if we move on to some more personal questions rather than just focusing on Top.gg?
Sure, let's do it.
Where does your profile picture originate from?
Great question. So I, because I used to play a lot of Apex, with my ex, I actually had it commissioned as a like Christmas present. And so the artist, if you're curious, I'll drop the link in general a bit later after the AMA, or I'll drop it in AMA questions. Actually, her name's Elizabeth Beals, if you want to check out her Instagram or Twitter, and she's a really amazing comic illustrator. But I'll drop that link in AMA questions in a bit. But I had a commissioned a picture of us as, I think, Wraith and Mirage, because they sort of looked like Mirage. So that was a fun present.
What's your favorite color?
Oh my gosh, let's see. So in terms of clothing, sometimes people ask me if I'm from New York because I wear a lot of black clothing. I did not realize that was associated with being a New Yorker, but hey, I did go to school in the state of New York. I would say my favorite color, I know you can't see me right now, but in my, I guess, work background, I have a ton of plants. So I would have to say green. I wear a lot of green, so let's go with green.
And the desert island situation, if you had one video game you could play for the rest of your life, which one would you choose?
Oh my gosh, that is only one. On this desert island, does it have to be a single player game, or can it be a,
Oh no, it can be multiplayer.
Okay. Oh my gosh, one for the rest of my life. Okay, I'm torn, so I'm totally cheating and saying two. I think I've definitely I've clocked a lot of hours on Stardew Valley. Like every time I go on a plane or a long trip, I have my Switch and I'm farming. And my sister always makes fun of me, and she's like, "Why are you farming in a game?" And then also, I guess in real life with my plants or gardening, right? But oh, this is tough. I really like, even though I'm not very good anymore, I do love Dota. So it would be a really tough call between those two. But I guess if I'm trapped on the desert island, I'd pick Dodo so I could socialize through it, right? But I think I saw a question. Somebody asked if I have a dog. I do have a puppy. I'll drop a pic later in AMA questions, but I have a puppy named Meepo, and I don't think Meepo, my puppy, is cute, but I did think the name was cute from Dota, and I was always like, if I get a puppy, I'm gonna name him Meepo. So I have an Aussie Doodle puppy named Meepo now.
And moving into the AMA questions channel, the question from Flo: what is your vision of Top.gg for 2022? What future projects will we see expand outside of the Discord bot list program?
Oh, hey, Aerostar. I think we answered this one already at the beginning, but I'm happy to go over it again since I know people are popping in and out of the channel. Our Veldon, the team, and I, ever since I joined, we kind of sat down and we're setting mission, vision, and strategy for the future. So our mission is we're here to make the metaverse accessible, and our vision is be the #1 platform for communities and creators to be discovered, empower them, and accelerate their growth. And so if you look on Top GG today, you just see Discord is one of those places in the metaverse. I guess this all sounds very meta, but we'd love to really bring more discovery to other places and other communities online. So think Minecraft servers, Roblox servers, even, Reddit is another place on the internet. I'm just throwing out different ideas. I think there's a lot of new, I guess, places and communities in the metaverse being created today. So yeah, hope that
All right, sorry
hope
about that.
helps. Yeah. No
Moving to-
worries at all.
Moving down the list a bit, regarding the certified developer program, will it ever be returning? And if so, what state would it be returning in?
Veld, I'm gonna kick this one to you.
Sure.
I'm not too familiar with that yet.
Right now, we don't
Yes.
have any plans yet. I feel like, at least this is my opinion from back when I said that we are stopping with the whole thing and when it got closed. I feel like the certified developer program, it kind of gave a lot of extra features to a very little amount of users. Rather than focusing on certified features, we wanted to make sure that any feature is accessible to any person. Whether it returns, we have yet to figure out. But I do not want it to return without or with special features that allow you to basically push your own product over someone else's, if that makes sense.
Next off is a question from Barry. Over the past few months, queue times have been very long and the situation has remained unchanged. Do you have any plans in which to aid the situation and help reduce the time it takes to have a bot approved onto Top GG?
I can take this one if you want.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure right now our queue is actually nearly empty. Looking at last year when we were at a queue of 8,000. Right now, I think we're on 600. I feel like we're doing pretty good in that department, so I don't really agree with the question.
I guess generally we're always trying to build our volunteer team and looking at ways to improve how we go through bots to make it as efficient as possible to prevent kind of the situation from happening again. And if you guys are interested in joining our volunteer team, you could obviously look at Verify Jobs or in the announcement channel and submit an application to do so. But we're always looking for more people to join our team to help us out.
Next question is from our trial bot reviewer, Alexander. If you were to move to another country, where would it be?
I guess Veld and I can both answer this. Okay, I'm gonna say Japan. I know people kept asking me if I'm a weeb too, or if I consider myself one, but maybe that will answer the question for you. I have been to Japan almost, I think 10 times. I guess it's not too far from California in sense, but I love the food, are very appreciative of the culture, everything. It's just such a beautiful place. So, yeah.
Yeah, same. I also would
what
love
would
to
you
live in
say your sorry. What would you say your main strengths and weaknesses are, Kristin?
Oh my gosh. I know, I feel like I'm in an interview, but that's okay. So I think and then Veld, you can also feel free to weigh in. These as someone working with me too. I would say one of my strengths is really being able to, I think, connect with people, hear them, listen to them. I've talked a little bit about my background as a product manager. And I think one of the most important things in building products is having really strong, empathy with the people who are using your product, or hearing, the different pain points and trials and tribulations they're facing. What are their problems? How can you design something to make their life better? And so I would say that's one of my biggest strengths. Everywhere I've worked, I've taken a lot of time to get to know the community, get to know, different developers or creators, etc., and really connect with them and hear them and make sure our products were working for them. Right, there's always going to be problems, but it's important to listen, acknowledge, and also share context on what we're doing or why we can't fix this right now, etc. So I would say that's one of my big strengths. I would say another one is just I guess passion and resilience. I'm really excited and passionate about the space. I love collaborating, working really well with other people, and something, I guess this is more of a kind of just own like personal value I have, is I always really think about, treating other people really well, right? There's that famous quote, I think it's from Maya Angelou, like, people don't remember exactly what you say to them, but they always remember how you make them feel. And so that's just really important to me. It doesn't cost anything to be kind. Let's see, weaknesses. I know I'm trying to think of all my reviews from my past work. This is interesting. I've been told this is a weakness, but I think sometimes, the strengths and weaknesses are double-edged sword. I think when I've worked at larger companies, some people have been like, oh, Kristin, you care too much, or you're, working too hard or working too much. But I don't think that's a weakness for a startup. I do think a weakness of that, something I'm trying to be really aware of, is I have gotten pretty bad burnout. Like at Twitch, it was like we were working 24/7. It was busy, etc. And so I'm trying to be really careful about my own burnout, but also the example I'm setting for the team. And I don't want to create a culture of that at Top Gigi.
Next question is
I can't code. I guess. Sorry, I can't code. So that is, I wish I could, but I can't. So that could be another one too.
It's okay. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a team.
But Veld can code.
What is Top.gg's relationship with Metal, and how does it relate to Top.gg?
Great question. So, Veld, please chime in here too.
Yeah.
Since maybe there's some more on the technical side, but earlier we were mentioning that there's a holding company, and Metal and Top.gg are both part of this holding company. I saw some questions. I think I was just getting the chat, and they were saying, "Oh, are you the CEO of Metal?" I'm not. Pim is the CEO and founder of Metal, and then. So we are, I guess if you're familiar with Google and YouTube and Alphabet, it's sort of a similar situation where you have Alphabet and then you have these different companies under the Alphabet holding company, like Google, YouTube, Nest, Waymo, etc., if that helps.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Something that I like to add on that is that we do have full creative control. There's no upper management or anything telling us what our strategy should be.
Yes. And then I will
The
add
next
this
question is
to,
regarding.
oh, sorry.
Sorry.
One more thing. Sorry, I have to throw a little pitch in. I think you probably saw I posted some jobs, and they're also in the verified jobs channel. So one cool thing about the company, as Veld was saying, is right, we have full creative control. Like, we are the top GG team. Like, we're all, I kind of think of it as we're all part of a family, but we have full creative control on our side. But if you join, something really special is that you do get equity in both companies, because you're getting equity in the parent company. So we're really trying to hire. So if you are interested in any of the job postings, please apply.
Will you be attempting to initialize any partnership with Discord in the near future?
Would you, or I guess whoever asked this question, I saw a couple on this. Does I guess like an official partnership. I know there were some questions about getting verified as a server. Any
I believe they mean the
context?
partnership badge.
Oh, got it. I know we were talking about this, but Vel, do you want to chime in here? I think we were trying to figure out how to get that partnership badge.
Please talk more in the Discord server, then we can get a partnership badge. That is all.
Oh yes, I think the one check mark we didn't have, was it on, or I can't remember the term. Sorry, these are product details, like stickiness or onboarding, or kind of like not percentage of people participating in the server. So you can all help us get that badge if you talk more, and especially if you're new, participate more in the server.
Yeah. Because I have a feeling it's because we ask people to verify their phone number, but our retention for the server is pretty low because of that.
The next question is, what is your age?
Oh.
Let's see. I mean, I am pretty. Oh, okay. I mean, you have to guess. I can't just give it to you. You got to guess in general or something. And I'll either be happy or sad, depending. Well, general. Hold on. Let me jump to the present. There's so many chats. Oh my gosh. I can't just. I know it's all over the place. So I don't mind sharing. I'm 32. 95. Oh my gosh. But I am 32.
Man, after all these answers, you might need therapy after this.
I know. Oh my god, 105. Do I look that old? I am 30. I know.
What movie character best represents you?
Oh my gosh. I need some prep for this one. I don't know. I need to think about this one a little bit. Oh my god. Okay, can we come back to this one? I honestly don't have a good answer. I need to think about it.
What is your favorite Pop-Tart flavor?
Okay, I did think about this one. Okay, I know, I feel like I'm gonna get judged, but I really like s'mores, so I have to go with the s'mores flavor. But I mean, strawberry is also classic. I know, I'm getting judged. I'm getting judged. I like strawberry too. I'm sorry, I like s'mores. But yes, I have a dog named Meepo. I'll put, sorry, after, let me find a good picture of him, and I will share it. He is a 7-month-old Aussie Doodle puppy, but he's pretty big now. I think he's about 50 pounds. Sorry, I don't know the conversion in kilos, but.
This question might be a bit more directed at Veld, but It's when is the website going to be fixed to a reasonable standard?
I think we already answered this question, right?
Oop, all right. Moving on. We're going to move on to the topics we need to clarify. And the first is clarify, or is DonateBot part of Top.gg?
Oh, is DonateBot part of Top.gg? So yes, I don't think this is very clear right now, but there were a lot of questions on, oh my gosh, like why are you hiring so many people? One thing I guess part of this is clarifying that as we think about Top.gg first, we're really focusing on the core site itself. So we're going to hire out a search and discovery team to focus on that. And then also another area we're thinking about more for the future is a payments experience. So a team to really focus on DonateBot, auctions, etc. So if you want to go check out DonateBot, take a look. But we do own that. And then also, or I think there are some questions on this too. Also, that number of people includes non-developers too. So it could be like product managers or designers, researchers, like operations folks, etc.
The next question is relating to how do you feel about minors moderating the Top.gg Discord, such as myself?
So for this one, I've chatted with, I think some people or some of the different staff members were sharing about the community's history with me, and I do think we have pretty strong rules to make sure minors are not dealing with NSFW content. I think Veld and I have talked about this in the past too. As long as we're following all legal rules, etc. Like as long as someone can do the job or they have the experience, I don't think age is necessarily correlated to whether someone does a good job or is experienced or not. So I hope that answers. Yeah, I don't see an issue with it as long as we're following all legal guidelines or etc. Just because someone's a minor doesn't mean they're doing, they're not qualified or doing a better or worse job. So I am and the people who are minors on staff right now, I think they're doing a great job. So that's just a living example of it.
This question may have already been answered, but how did you hear about Top.gg?
Oh, I don't think we got to this one, so I'm happy to share the story of how I found it. So Pim is the CEO of Metal.tv, and then he also, I guess, kind of leads the holding company, if you will. And I want to say over a year ago, or almost 2 years, COVID has made me lost track of time. One of my friends introduced me to Pim and was just mostly talking about Metal and saying, like, oh my gosh, Kristin, you need to talk to Pim. Like, this seems amazing. Metal is really exciting. It fits really well to your Twitch experience. And at the time, Metal was looking for someone to fill a VP of product role. And I had already kind of signed my offer with SoundCloud. So I mostly met with Pim just to, get to know other people in the space because I think it's a really fun space. And then we stayed in touch, even though timing didn't work out. And we actually did a partnership between SoundCloud and Metal, which was a lot of fun. And then a little bit earlier this year, when they were looking for a, CEO with a product background for Top.gg, Pim reached out to me and then connected me to Veld. And so that's how I found out about Top.gg.
Next question is regarding cereal. Which comes first, the cereal or the milk?
Oh my gosh. Obviously the cereal. I'm not. Oh my god, yeah. It has to be the cereal.
Wait, the cereal?
Oh, someone wrote milk
Okay.
first. What?
Hey,
No,
we
no,
need
no.
to talk about this afterwards.
Wait, what?
It's not okay.
Oh my gosh. Always the cereal for me. Because then I have to pour the perfect amount of milk after it.
What is your favorite thing about Japan, seeming as you said you would want to live there?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I love food. Veld and I have also connected because we're both big foodies. I think just you can have amazing food. There's so many incredible, tiny hole-in-the-wall restaurants, but you can even get amazing stuff at the 7-Elevens there. I would not say necessarily so for the US, but really incredible, right? Like fresh sushi, etc. And I think just like their different parts of the country are really incredible. If you ever have a chance to go in, I think in the winter, I think it's in January or February, there's this incredible Sapporo Snow Festival up in Hokkaido. So there's just really, yeah, I love Japan. It's so clean and everyone's so nice and polite.
Do you consider developing Discord bots as an actual job or more just a hobby?
Very interesting question. I think as someone who's not a developer myself, I will share my kind of general perspective on building anything. Musicians on SoundCloud, right? If you're creating something, like it's really up to you. It can be a hobby, but I also think that depending on what your own personal goals are, it could be like it could turn into a job. And I think we're hoping to build more ways for people's passions to, become their jobs and get support there. So I hope that answers the question.
The next question may be more directed at Vel, but what will happen to bots that are currently certified? Will there be a replacement program even if it's not so similar?
So nothing right now will change for certified bots. The only thing that the goal is of removing the certified program is making all of the features that certified developers have more accessible.
Next question, do you have an idol? And if so, who are they?
Oh, do I have an idol? And if so, who are they? So I think there's different people who have, I guess, generally inspired me throughout my career. I'm a really big fan of I guess she calls herself Badass Boss, but she's the current CMO of Netflix. She's had like a really incredible career. She's really outspoken and passionate about different causes she's cared about. I would also say, maybe this is cliche, but like honestly, my mom and dad, they both were immigrants to the US and just like worked so hard so that my sister and I could have a ton of opportunities. And I'm always really, really appreciative and inspired by that.
What's one of the strangest habits you have?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll say this. This is what I used. Okay, I'm sure I'm gonna get bullied for this in chat, but I think it's pretty funny. I used to do this as a kid. I do not do this anymore. As a kid, I still get made fun of it made fun of it to this day. But as a kid, my parents would not let me leave the table unless I ate my spinach. And then I think I was being a brat, so I was like, okay, I'll eat it if I can dip it in orange juice. And this is disgusting. I would dip the spinach in orange juice and then eat it. I do not do this anymore for full disclosure, but that was a really nasty, I know, habit. I'm trying to think of any other I don't know my other weird habits today. I think I've grown out of a lot of them, but that was a pretty bad one from when I was a kid. My poor parents.
What do you think is the most important attribute of someone who you're hiring when you're hiring a developer or anyone for a team?
Oh gosh, I think maybe Veld and I should both answer this one, but I think one thing that you could check out too in any of our job postings, we recently wrote the core values of our company. There's a lot, but I think one one thing that's important that we look for is someone who is really, passionate, and, our first core value is always be on top of your game. Credit to Veld for the pun there, but really I'll just read it like, yeah, no matter the size of the task, like we commit to excellence. We care about the quality of our work, the people with whom we work, and the people who benefit from our work. And so I think just that kind of inner like drive and care is something that people just have, and I think that's really important. We're a small team. We really want to be bottoms up and build for the community and work well together. And I think also another value is our users come first. Like that's what's important. All the folks who are listening, right? Like all the communities, creators, developers, users, etc. Like you come first, and we are trying to build the best product and ecosystem for you. So that's super important too. But maybe there's some more technical things that Veld can speak to.
Wait, sorry, I forgot the question by now.
What we look for when we're hiring a developer? Is that right?
Yeah.
For the technical side, we're looking for really, right now we're looking for more senior people to kind of, first of all, up the amount of things we can do at the same time, but also to completely make sure that we build a stable foundation for the future of what TopG is going to be. So we're looking for people who are able to, first of all, adapt quickly to our stack, and have a great idea of how to build a scalable application.
Next off is directed at Kristin. What languages do you speak other than English, if any?
So I speak, I guess I grew up in California, so I speak Spanish. Yes, I speak Spanish. That's what I learned at school. I wish I could speak Chinese, but I can't. I am ethnically Chinese though, but my mom actually, she came to the US when she was 4, from Hong Kong, and lived in East LA, and sorry, I'm going into personal stuff, but in her community, I think there were 2 Chinese families, and then everyone else spoke Spanish. So she speaks really amazing Spanish. And then my dad was born and raised in Kingston, Jamaica. So he speaks a different dialect of Chinese called Hakka, and my mom speaks not very good Cantonese. So my parents did try to send me to Chinese school, but I was very bad and did not enjoy going to school on Saturdays, so I didn't really do my homework. But yeah, Spanish.
Next one is for Veld. Where are you from, Veld?
So fun fact, originally I'm from Spain, but I was born in the Netherlands.
This next one might only be able to be answered by Veld, but what was the original motive for the starting of Top.gg?
So I don't think I can answer this as well because I'm not the founder of TopGG. I can give some background info on why it happened. I don't know if I have a good idea of like the initial founding though.
Oh, I can. Well, I actually met Ollie for boba a few weeks ago. And that was a question I asked Ollie. He happened to be visiting the same town as me. And I think someone mentioned, yes, there is a picture of us on his Twitter account, in my Twitter account. But I asked him what inspired him, and he said that he was coding a lot when he was in school, and he started getting interested in, Discord bots, etc. Then him and his friends were searching for them, and he saw some other sites, and he said, like, wait, I can build something better. And so he built it, and then it took off. So that is what I can share from my conversation with Ollie.
Have you ever previously been the CEO of a company?
I have not. This is my first time. But I will say all CEOs our CEOs had to be CEO for the first time. So I'm excited, but I have a lot to learn. So I try to learn from previous founders and other folks who are current CEOs or have been CEOs in the past.
Keep in mind though, she has a great background in product management.
This one may have already been asked, but sorry, where is it? What have you been doing in your since you became CEO a few weeks ago? What have you been doing in those past few weeks with Top.gg?
Oh wow, how do I sum up my first month into a few minutes? I think a lot of it was just, I guess, anytime you start a new job, just onboarding, like immersing yourself in the community and the product. I had a great AMA with staff a while ago, like right when I think the first week I joined, and then I have also had some really fantastic conversations with, I guess, both you, Aaron, Zig, and a couple other folks on the staff team, just to learn about, Top.gg, the history, your own experiences. I guess Veld and I have spent a lot of time on setting, the mission and vision, developing the core values, and figuring out, strategy for Q4. Top priorities I shared before are hiring to grow the team, and then also getting our redesign out in a way that where all of our core flows are functioning well, and also taking care of a lot of the core site issues that have been flagged to, and figuring out how to prioritize those. Right, there's only, I guess, 4 of us on the team, and then there's a lot of work, and there's so many hours in the day. So I would say a lot of it has been on making the most of what we have and focusing on the highest impact work. And then also setting up internal different processes for how our team can best work together remotely, and how we can make sure as new people join, they have a really smooth onboarding in our setup for success.
Regarding the future of Top.gg, do you personally see Gilded as a part of it?
I'm gonna let Veld answer this one, because I think I know you mentioned we were connected to Gilded in some way.
Yeah, so right now we are talking to them, but we have yet to push it forward.
And Kristin, do you plan on ever building and submitting a bot to Top.gg?
Oh my gosh. I
probably heard this question quite a bit.
I would. I mean, one important thing for me is whenever I, work on a different product, I try to use it as much as possible, or talk to people who are using it every day. I would like to, but I don't have a lot of time right now. But my dad was excited about my job. My dad, Kid Cody, studied CS, but he was more on the hardware side, like electrical engineering CS. But he started getting interested, and he said, okay, maybe he will build a bot for Top.gg and see what happens. He's a big Twitch fan ever since I worked there, and watches a lot of PUBG and Apex. But I see Sanders said I can submit his bot. So maybe one day, but until I have enough time, I will be spending a lot of time with everyone who does build bots, and trying to learn from all of you. All right, I think we have, I'm looking at the time. I think we have three minutes left.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to do one more question and then end it? Or do you feel like it's been pretty good for now?
Yeah, I'm happy to do maybe one last burning question, then we'll end it, and then we will have another AMA on Friday at, forget the UT, at 12 p.m. PST this Friday. So we'll cover a few of the same general questions, but also take questions from the channel, and Zig will be our host. So I guess, Era, you get to choose the last question to close out the AMA.
I'm gonna go with the latest question. What's your star sign?
Oh my gosh. I am a Gemini, but I don't know much about astrology, so I'll read general to see. You can all tell me what that means, but I am a Gemini. All right. Thanks. Yeah, thank you everyone for all the great great questions. We'll try to get to some more Friday.
Do you want to take it from here, Veld?
I don't really have anything to add. Just thank you for being here. Appreciate it a lot. Hopefully you guys learned anything about us and what we're going to be doing in the future. If you're interested in the next AMA, it is at Friday 8 UTC, if I'm correct. 8 p.m. UTC.
Yes.
Make sure to check what that is in your own time zone. I would recommend using Google for that. Other than that, yeah, have a lovely day, and hopefully we'll see you later as well. Feel free to chat in our general chat. We'll be there for a bit as well. So.
Yep. Thank you, everyone. And thanks for all the fun questions too.
Okay. I'm ending the recording now.
Sounds good.
Let's check it towards. I need to run now. So
Okay.
thank you all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.